and welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner. I am your host, as always, Lantern Cammy, or just Cammy, because it's Cammy's Comic Corner. Anyway, enough about this. If you couldn't tell already, I've got quite a big pick of the week. It's, as usual, a fabulous title, so let's get right into it. From DC Comics, we have Green Lantern number 37, written by Geoff and art by Mr. Ivan Reis. Now, for the past few issues, Blue Lanterns have been telling Hal Jordan that no, you can't kill Sinestro. You have to rescue him for this upcoming battle of the lights, the colored wars. Not colored as in our president colored, but the rainbow spectrum. Anyway, so Hal Jordan goes to Yismalt, where Sinestro is being held captive, being held hostage, being drained of his blood. And there's no one on Yismalt. Last known population was 5, and that was back in the, Alan Moore days. And so there's Sinestro staked up there, and he even tries to warn Hal, it's a trap, don't! Well, it's a trap! He tries to warn him, and then out of the blood come all the Red Lanterns that they take Hal Jordan under with them. They're saying that, hey, Hal Jordan, just judging by your blood here, the prophecy is that you're going to go insane again, and you're going to go killing everyone again because the Guardians are going to take something dear to you. Hal Jordan doesn't want to believe it, but it doesn't matter because right before Laria, the Red Lantern, ex-Green Lantern, was about to kill Hal, Sinestro Corps comes to the rescue, and the Blue Lanterns, but still, once in your life, you're actually happy to see Sinestro Corps. And so there's a big battle, blue versus green versus red versus yellow. It's all just one big clusterfuck. Sinestro gets his ring back, kills Laria, just when Hal's on the edge of saving her, and Hal just goes berserk. He is so mad. And if you've read the past issues of Green Lantern, ever since issue 1, Hal's been pretty angry, pretty much all the time. But sure enough, his rage gets a hold of him so much that Laria's replacement ring slips onto his finger, transforming Hal Jordan into a Red Lantern on this terrifyingly awesome cliffhanger. It's just like, oh my god, mind is blown. If Hal Jordan's going to become every single Lantern before the Blackest Night, that'd be quite the accomplishment. That's like, you get to play with all the cars before you pick which one you like to drive. Anyway, as usual, brilliant issue. I cannot wait for the Blackest Night. It's right around the corner, and it's not coming soon enough. Bravo, Mr. Johns. Bravo. Now, on to the Fast 5. First up, from Dark Horse Entertainment, we have Conan The Cimmerian, number 7. Now, as usual, I love this book because you get 2 tales, actually. You get Conan doing his Conan Barbarian thing, and you also get Connach, his father. I'm sure I butchered that name, but you get his father in the flashbacks by beautiful Richard Corbin art. It makes me melt on the inside because it's so perfect for that book. But anyway, in this issue, Conan is, being useful to the village just like his father used to. And at the end, his one love, Callan, who is Brecken's wife, Brecken finally gets to meet up with her again, kills her. Conan sees this and goes berserk because this is the one gal he actually loved, the other Cimmerian that he actually loved. So after burying the body and taking the head to the rival tribe, Conan decides maybe he shouldn't be at home anymore because it'll only remind him of her. So he's going off into the wilderness again to fight another day. Very fun issue. As usual, Conan the Cimmerian is quite the barbarian of a book. Next up, from Marvel, we have Doctor Doom and the Masters of Evil number 1. Now, this was a kind of little one-shot out of continuity, and it's basically the Sinister Six running a mission for Doctor Doom. And it's just the whole... they're supposed to take a piece of Stark tech for being guarded by Iron Man and Doctor Strange. But it's just the different disguises that Mysterio puts them in throughout the entire book. Like, first they're punk rockers, and they're a group of heavy metal guys, lab scientists, or Japanese schoolgirls on the subway. It was really fun. Just seeing the Sinister Six, kind of reminding me of the Secret Six in the DC Universe, or even the Rogues Gallery, for the Flash's Rogues. So if you're looking just for something fun and just fun and done, one shot, I would go with this title. Next up, from Dynamite Entertainment, we have Battlefields, The Night Witches, number 3. Now, if there's one thing Garth Ennis knows how to write, it is war books. And just when you think every story from World War II's already been done, he hits you with something new, something different, something that really expands your mind. It's the Night Witches. They were a group of female bombers for Russia that would go on their bombing runs in the nighttime. And basically, this past 3 issues, it's a 3-issue miniseries, very good. It's Germany invading Russia and Russia fighting back with all they've got. They're getting so desperate that they have to send their wives and girlfriends up in airplanes to do bombing runs. But if there's one thing this series teaches us, it's that back then, the Russian women were no slouches. They weren't just fat cows who just tended to the children and, did their wifely duties. No, 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 no. In some instances, these women were tougher than some of the German men. And it really shows in this issue that Garth Ennis gives you a little piece of history. He knows what he's writing about, so just, please, let him write any war book he wants. Next up from Marvel, we have Dark Avengers #1. Now, I was very hesitant at first about buying this title because I was thinking, okay, it's Norman Osborn's Thunderbolt / Dark Avengers. And sure enough it was, but the thing I didn't realize was he was putting costumes that the public are used to on some of his villains. Well, they're pretty much all villains except for Ares and the Sentry. So the lineup we have is our Marvel Boy, the Sentry, Bullseye as Hawkeye, Ares, Moonstone as Miss Marvel, Venom as Spider-Man, and Daken as Wolverine. And then, of course, the Iron Patriot, which everyone thought was Luke Cage, is actually Norman Osborn. He found Tony Stark's old closet full of Iron Man suits, and he decided, hey, I can do some upgrades, check out the Stark tech, voila. Look, I'm the billionaire playboy in a suit now. So take that. So basically, do you remember the Saturday morning cartoons where the team of heroes would go up against their complete opposite selves? With everyone had goatees or and it was obvious rip-off, like a stretchy guy would have a dark, evil stretchy guy. Or that one episode of Captain Planet where all the bad guys got their own rings. Anyway, it was kind of like that episode, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. And so this is really leading up to New Avengers and Dark Avengers fighting, and then fighting their replacements. So it's going to be a really interesting future for these guys. Can't wait to see what happens. And finally, this week from Vertigo, we have Air #6 by G. Willow Wilson. Now, in this issue, we focus on Amelia Earhart, and she's trying to teach Blythe how to pilot the Hyperprax airship. And apparently, the gene is most common in women. Women can fly these a lot more better than men can. She talks about the whole history, how it was discovered in Mexico, in Aztec temples. The government got a hold of it, put a whole program together, and the plane she was actually flying around the world when she was in it was actually a Hyperprax engine. So she knew about this and just didn't know how to pilot it correctly. Anyway, it's a really fun issue, lots more creativity, and you get wonderful machines trying to fly. And unfortunately, Blythe loses control. Cliffhanger, we'll see where that goes next issue. Well, comic book fans, that really does it this week for Cammy's Comic Corner. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, go ahead and go to www.cammyscomiccorner.com. From there, you can subscribe to the RSS feed or subscribe to us on iTunes. And also, if you like my t-shirts, and you better, because these are fucking awesome, head on over to www.deadlinegraphics.net and send Kelly an email. He has a deal going on right now, people. For the month of January, any shirt you buy, you get the second one for half off. Now, if you haven't seen some of these t-shirts, go over there, send him an email. He'll send you the catalog. They are amazing. He has some new Marvel t-shirts up, so you gotta check those out. Deadpool, Iron Fist, Black Bolt. Hell yeah, people. There's only one name that I trust in the comic book t-shirt business, and that is Kelly the Great. Well, comic book fans, that really does do it for Cammy's Comic Corner this week. If you didn't get an email back regarding the Watchmen trade paperback contest, then I'm sorry, but a winner's already been picked, and it wasn't you. But that doesn't mean you have to go cry. I'll have more contests coming up, and you can try again. Because who doesn't like free shit? I've been your host, Cammy. This has been Cammy's Comic Corner. Have a good week.